Hi you guys. So I know that it's been a while. Well, it's been a while since I've recorded a video, but I had a bunch that I had filmed all together, so I kind of have been uploading those. And I was trying to decide what kind of video to do because first of all, I keep wanting to film my makeup collection, which I've actually filmed twice already. And both times, either the lighting was so bad that you couldn't see anything, or my camera holding ability was so shitty that you couldn't see anything either. So, I've been really wanting to film that, but the lighting is horrible. It's been raining non-stop. We have like 4 or 5 hours of like light, but if it's raining, I don't have light either. So, I was trying to think of a kind of video, because I can't really do tutorials in that light either. So, I thought that I would show you guys kind of my solution to using my stash. I know that a lot of you have large collections, and my biggest problem with my collection is that at this point I have so much that I don't ever use it. Like, there's things that sit in my collection that I bought that are gorgeous and I'd love to use, but they, you know, get pushed to the back of my stash and I just don't end up using them. So what I did to kind of combat that was I've started doing kind of shopping my stash. Usually it depends on how much I pull, but most of the time I do it every Monday. This one that I'm about to show you now, though, I pulled for 2 weeks. And then I'll pull again. I go home to the States in 2 weeks, and so when these 2 weeks are up, I'm going to be packing to go home, and I'll be taking a ton of makeup with me. I'll be home for almost a month. I'll be filming videos with my sisters, with my mom. I might even get my grandma in on the fun. So that's a totally different story, because I am also doing a couple friends' makeup for parties and all kinds of things. So I'm going to be taking a lot more makeup with me. But for day-to-day, I try and do my makeup once a day, even if I'm just sitting at home, which may sound ridiculous, but it's kind of like my way of experimenting with these things that I've, you know, sometimes never used yet. So anyways, this has been 3 minutes of me talking about shit you don't care about. Essentially, my solution to using up my kit looks like this. This is actually the 10 from the Laura Geller Baked Vanilla Nudes set. And what I've done is pull items from everything that I use. So I have eyeshadows and primers and mascaras and foundations, everything. But I try and switch it up, so I use new things, or I bring back old things that I really love. So I figured that I would show you guys what I'm going to be using this next 2 weeks. I'm going to start with the 4 palettes that I pulled. And these don't have a space inside of the 10, but they kind of sit up on top of my, like, makeup area. And then they sit next to it. So the 4 that I pulled, the first one is one of the Bare Minerals pressed. This is one of the quads, so they're called the Bare Minerals Ready Eyeshadow 4.0. And this one is in the color The Truth, which is the neutral one. And so I bought this during Sephora Friends and Family. Oops. I actually bought 3 out of the 4 that they have, but these are just really gorgeous neutral colors, and I thought that on days when I don't really want to do something, I can grab this, and it's really easy to just put together a look and go. These shadows are so pigmented and smooth, and I keep dropping this shit. They're pigmented, they're smooth, they're gorgeous colors, they're in a variety of finishes, and I just haven't gotten to play with them enough, so I'm really looking forward to that. This is probably going to be quite a long video. And then I now have 6 of the Guerlain quads, which is ridiculous. But I pulled one, and it's one that I haven't really gotten to use much. And it's the Les Grises. Les Grises, whatever. I don't speak French. You guys know this. And they're just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I actually used this blue color. It doesn't really look blue on camera, but it is. Oh, there you go. It is blue, and I used it over a black liner and then smudged underneath my waterline, and it is gorgeous. But you guys have heard me rant about these. I love these. This was just one that I hadn't really had a chance to play with. And then I pulled, this is an oldie. You can't get this anymore, so it's kind of mean of me to show you this, but this, mine's also really messy. You can tell this got a lot of love last holiday season. And it's the Christian Dior 5 Golds palette, which came out with holiday last year. The palette this year was not nearly this good. These are gorgeous, gorgeous pigmented colors. I love that I have a silver as well to work with. And I just love this. And you know, holiday seasons are coming up. I have a couple holiday parties to go to. I may be throwing my own holiday party, so I thought this would be a really good kind of festive gold with like a red lip, or a gold with a neutral, you know, I mean, just all around partylicious palette. The last one I picked up when I was home last at Barney's, and I have never owned anything from this brand. Mostly because, one, I can't get a hold of it in France. Two, it's exorbitantly expensive. And three, I have problems ordering things sight unseen. I don't really like doing it. There's very few brands that I will do that with. And so it just took until I was home to get around to swatching these, finding ones I liked. I ended up picking two. And I don't really know what the difference is. But anyways, it's a Clé de Peau quad. This one already comes in the packaging. This one is number 19. If it'll focus. Come on, there you go, number 19. And it's super, super, super gorgeous colors. This taupe is what I have right here all over my lid. This I have in my crease today. This you can use as a liner. And then this is a super pretty, like, iridescent-y type color. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, there you go. You can see how it's, like, super iridescent. I just thought that this screamed fall. And I was home in October, and this is one of the last things I bought. I bought mine at Barney's, but it's also available at Neiman Marcus. I think that's, I don't know where else it's available, but Barney's and Neiman's. So those are the palettes that I pulled. I'm going to go through everything else kind of fast, because most of this stuff you guys have seen, and I tend to do mini reviews when I talk about everything, which gets long. So, we'll start with what I pulled for foundations and concealers. I'm back to using my Philosophy Dark Shadows, which I use underneath my eyes before I put concealer on, and at night, and over time it's supposed to diminish dark circles. I just had it sitting around, and figured I would go ahead and use it. Apparently I'm boring myself. I also have my Holika Baby Bloom, which I'm loving. And I have a couple of unopened BB creams, but I'm waiting until I finish one to open another one. And I just really like this one. Sometimes I use it as a base for foundations. If I'm in a hurry, I wear it by itself. What else? My Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer, which you guys have seen 1,000,001 times. This is a new foundation that I'm wearing today. I am absolutely in love with it. I don't know if I've ever found a foundation that I like this much off the start. And I know that I said that I was going to continue to use the Baby Bloom Chantecaille Future Skin combination. but this was on sale at my Monoprix, and Jess from Getting Cheeky has talked about it, and so I picked it up, and it's the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, and I'm color 51, which I think is the lightest. It's Vanilla Claire or light vanilla. It has a pump, and this is just, I can't even say, it's a perfect match for my skin, as you can tell. It goes on, it keeps my face hydrated, it doesn't emphasize any of the dry, flaky, scaly shit I have going on my face right now, because between the blistering cold and the shitty space heaters going all the time, my skin is in like meltdown mode. So this is helping combat that. And also, it's like way cheap, especially if you get it on sale. While I picked up that, I also picked up the new Flower Perfection. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze now. Jesus Christ. The Flower Perfection Translucent Smoothing Primer, which comes in a teeny ass container and looks like this. Essentially, I like using this right here. And yeah, I'm gonna use it over my makeup, which you can do. And it won't mess it up. Because this is just silicone, basically. And I was looking for a replacement for my Clarins Perfecting Primer, or whatever that thing is, because it's ridiculously expensive. This was also on sale, or not on sale, I guess on offer, or whatever. It works great. I use my Laura Mercier, and then I just pat this into where I have pores, which is really right here, and then down my nose. It also keeps my nose is the only place that I get shiny, and this keeps that from happening. So, there's that. I also have Chantecaille Future Skin in here, which I'm not going to pull out because everything else will fall. And then I have another drugstore foundation that I'm trying out, which is Revlon Photo Ready, which you guys saw in my swap with Miss Jess. I'm trying to do this because I spent so much time getting all of this perfect. I also have my Bobbi Brown Creamy Corrector. I have my Refresh setting powder that I use to set my under eye. I have my Brightening Gold Mineral Veil, but oh, you're not really going to be able to tell. I have yeah, you can, okay. Essentially, the powder is down to here, which means I have very little left. And when I figured that out, I kind of freaked out because it was limited edition in a set. And so if I wanted another one, I would have to buy a whole nother set, and I don't want any of the other crap that was in the set. So I was looking through my, my neighbors are crazy. I was looking through my stash for something that might have a similar effect. Let me see if I can do this without everything falling. I'm not going to open this because this is the messiest container ever. There actually isn't much of this left either. I have had, this is an Armani, it's the Pink Light Powder, Microfill Loose Powder. This I bought in San Francisco in 2008, 2007, 2009? 2008, I think. And they released it last year as a limited edition. This was limited edition also. So, but anyways, it is just, instead of a gold iridescent, this one has a pink iridescence. I'm wearing it today. It gives me that same glow. And it's just super messy to travel with. Okay, I also have my Laura Geller concealer that I've shown a million times. This is probably a really boring video. I meant this to be way more interesting than it's turned out. Sorry, guys. As far as cheek products go, I have one of the Fusion Beauty. This is their like cream blush, and the funniest thing about this is that I'm going to show you the back of this. Nowhere on here does it tell you what this product is called. It's just their cream blush, and this is in the color Gossip. And I like this because it's heavily silicone based, so it kind of just glides. There's the color. It's very neutral. It's a little more pink than Brit Wit, which I also have chillin' in my book of my little 10 of goodness as I drop it. Okay, so here's Brit Wit, which I've had forever. There you go. Brit Wit's on the bottom, so you can tell it's a little bit more pink, but it kind of gives the same effect, which I like to use underneath my blushes. And the two that I have for this week are Exposed, which is in this every week because it's my go-to. You guys have seen it a million times. You're sick of hearing about it. And Illamasqua Ambition, which came out with their, it's super sparkly, but it's actually not, I have it on today, so you can tell it's kind of neutrally also, which is what I like. I have it layered over the Fusion Beauty one lightly. As you can tell, it's super pigmented. I just have a little bit on today. It's a great color. As far as highlighters go, I have my Stila that you guys have seen. This is one that I bought from a brand that they also carry at Barney's now. She's apparently, the woman that started this company is a German makeup artist that I've never heard of. But the company is called Beauty is Life. And this is one of their multi-touch powders in the color Balena. And it looks like this. And you'd think there's no way that that's a highlighter. But you can see it's got shimmer too. There you go. And it's a really natural highlight. You don't need a lot or else it gets like very bronzy. But it is a gorgeous color. And I haven't really used it enough. So I pulled that sucker out. And the other thing that you guys may think I'm crazy for using as a highlight is the MAC Mega Metal Shadow in Prance, which looks like this. But if you use it super, super lightly, it gives you that kind of metallic-y effect that the Modern Mercury, the Stila, all of those like metallic-y highlighters give you, which is awesome for nighttime. Too much for daytime. I also have my two by Terry Black Stars. Is that what they're called? Yeah, Ombre Black Stars. And my two by Terry eyeshadows. Oh, I'll show you the NARS that I pulled. I pulled a quad and a single because I have a ton of NARS duos. I used to have the entire permanent collection, but over the years I've kind of given them away. But anyways, I still have a ton of them, needless to say. This is the one that I pulled though, and it's Melusine. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Anyways, it looks like this, and it's got like a silvery taupe, which I love, and a purple, which I also love. This used to be my go-to combo for like a year. It was kind of all I wore. I wore like either silver or like silvery taupes and purple every day. Back when I was boring. Okay, so then the single that I pulled is in the color Voyage, which is a really gorgeous neutrally color, and you can tell this has gotten pretty much a lot of use already because it's got quite a dip in it. And when I saw that it had a dip, I remembered that I used to love it. So I pulled it, and I'm going to rediscover why I loved it. We're almost there. There's not that much left. I pulled, everybody and their mothers has been talking about well, I mean, they talked about it when it came out, and then people have been talking about it recently, and it's the Illamasqua Pure Pigment in the color Ore. And I haven't ever used this on my eyes. I bought it a long time ago with a big Illamasqua order, where I ended up with like 12 gray matte eyeshadows. I don't know what the hell I'm ever going to do with that many gray eyeshadows. But anyways, I just poked a hole in the thing so that, but you can see the color. It's brown, it's glittery, it's pretty much gorgeous. So I'm excited to use that. I have my Rouge Bunny Rouge shadows, which I'm not going to show you because you've seen them in a million videos. I have the base too. I also have something that I've never talked about on my channel, and I'm not exactly sure why, because it's kind of amazing. And it is the Lip Smacker in the Dr. Pepper flavor. Maybe I have talked about this. I feel like I'm having like deja vu. Anyways, it looks like this. You can tell I've already put a dent in it. It smells and tastes like Dr. Pepper, but what's great is that it's a tinted lip balm, and it gives your lips, hold on, I'll swatch it so you can kind of see. Okay, so you can kind of tell how it's got a little bit of that red tint to it, and it's kind of like the easiest way to wear like a red tone on your lips. And it's moisturizing, and it's fun to pull out. So I love that. And I'm going to get a smaller one when I'm home, because I thought that the great, big, huge one was a good idea. And I have my 4 Rouge Bunny Rouge, the lip balm, and then the 3 lipsticks. I have my La Metier. I have, on the vein of tinted lip balms, this is the YSL Volupte Sheer Candy in number 4. I think is the pomegranate one. Looks like this. I'll swatch it below the Dr. Pepper so you can see. This one has definitely a more pink tinge to it, but this is kind of a like throw on and go kind of thing. Then for dark lips, I rotated out my 2 Guerlains and decided that I wanted to give my 2 La Metier lipsticks a chance to shine. These are actually 2 out of the Ken Downing's, is that his last name? Ken Downing's? Yeah, I think so. His red series from fall. So they came with like, there's 3 of them, and they came with a full size, a big nail polish, and then a lipstick. And there was only one that I didn't buy. But this one is in the color Red My Lips, and it looks like this. This is a really pretty, like, raspberry red that you guys know is, like, right up my alley. And it's not showing up as deep as it is in person. And then this one is I'm Worn This Way. And it is a deep, dark, vampy purple. It's a lot like MAC Media, although this one's way better. And these stain like crazy, which is brilliant. So, I mean, that's pretty much all that's in here. I'll show you guys again. Oh, and then I have a bunch of, like, these is, like, my mascara and my eyeliner and all of that. But, like I said, this is just a way for me to kind of grapple with my stash. It makes me feel better because I feel like I'm getting use out of things that I wouldn't normally get use out of. It's super fun changing everything out. Like, I spent like 3 hours doing this where I put everything that I had in there back, and then I just started pulling things that I liked. And so that's super fun. And hopefully if you guys, even if your stash isn't as big as mine, I think that this is something that everybody can learn from, because, you know, all of us have things that don't get used. And sometimes it's good to, like, give things that don't get used love, because they deserve love too. So this is a 25-minute long video, and I'm sorry because most of it is just me talking. But I love you guys. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I cannot tell you guys how much it means to me that you sit and listen to my long videos about nothing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.